Hey guys, and welcome to another brand new video. In this video, we actually have some, once again, follow-up on this big PSSR issue, the big drama when it comes to the AI integration. Silent Hill apparently did have a patch, but the patch did not fix anything. And as of right this second, some people are quite literally calling for the removal of this PSSR special technology on the PS5 Pro. Now, I do want to go once again reiterate, because on every one of these videos, I've been a pretty big proponent of the PS5 Pro. I like my Pro. I still think the Pro is great. And there's also many other games out there, especially on PlayStation Studio titles, that have run it like phenomenally, if they're doing it right. So this might be more of like a Silent Hill type issue, or the various third-party game titles, such as say Square Enix or say like Bloober Team, that are not just necessarily fully implementing the PSSR correctly. So keep that in mind as we talk about this, because I don't want to be like a PlayStation 5 Pro hater, because overall I've been pretty happy with mine as of right this second. But this is something that does go in, I'd say in my opinion, warrant a video. I don't want to be a hater video. I still think the PS5 Pro is cool, like I said. People picked up a PS5 Pro even for my recommendations. I'm still recommending it. I think it's still nice. But I do want to stand by that this stuff should be fixed, should be addressed, should be worked on, and as well, like, it might be more of a game case thing, as I mentioned at the very 2 seconds ago. So let's go talk about this drama that where apparently people are saying they want to remove the PSSR, the AI integration, and people are just upset with this overall. Kind of rightfully so. So make sure you guys are subscribed with the notifications on for our PS5 Pro giveaway on the channel. All you have to do is subscribe on here. Our second YouTube account, if you guys want the bonus entries with the 2 Twitters accounts, and the Twitch, we're probably live up right this second. And of course, as well, we have all the affiliate links down below if you guys do want to pick up your consoles, although some people might be like, oh, why are you trying to go pimping it out during this? And I understand. So let's go dive in the video itself. So if you guys have missed it, we've kind of seen a lot of big drama when it comes to Silent Hill 2 on the PS5 Pro and the PSSR. Now, the PSSR is like a kind of a big deal, mainly because like it's adding extra details, it's making things look nicer, but we saw a lot of big drama when it came to it. Like, I'm trying to go pull this up here really quick in the background over here. But basically, there's like a lot of issues. Like, we saw a lot of PSSR issues and bugs, and right over here I can show you guys, I showed this example a few days ago when it comes to Silent Hill. Now, this was a few days ago before the most recent patch that was just added, and as you guys can see, and I highlight this on a different video, there's like white like splotches you see like in this random case right here. It just looks like weird and shoddy. Like, everything just looks blurry. It looks strange. And like, you see these little sparkles and sprinkles, and you look at this, like, this isn't meant to be like this. Like, this is like the body basically having AI not know exactly how to render it and doing copy pasting, and we see these like little like dots everywhere. If you guys look or replay through the video, like, you could see like this is a big issue. We talked about this a few times already, and this has happened to other games too. It happened now a little bit on Final Fantasy, where it was like making Tifa bald, although it looked a lot nicer in those games. And of course, I do want to give a disclaimer: the more we have a chance to utilize this technology, they also have to implement it well. Like, it's machine learning, it's AI, like, it's meant to be a little bit finicky over time, and different other various things such as like AMD or like say Nvidia. It did take quite some time for them to go get it right. So obviously, with all this drama going on, people were curious about it. They were talking about what was going on as well, and there was a really big patch. We had a patch over here on November 22nd saying the patch for 106 for Silent Hill has landed on Steam and the PlayStation 5. It includes various adjustments for both versions of the game and fixes for the graphical issues on the PS5 Pro. Now, as I mentioned this, like, they even say this on their proper comments, but the big thing is that it was not officially fixed. So this is another example over here from YR Lark, whatever. It's over here, tweeting over here and showing the example of their Silent Hill gameplay, showing once again that same exact similar issue of basically AI not knowing how to copy paste correctly, not doing it well, you know what I mean? And it's just not looking nice. It's looking really shoddy. Like, this is noticeable. The big issue is that it's a noticeable issue, and this is why it's kind of, once again, a lot of the attention's on say like Silent Hill, because it's a third-party game that may not be implementing the PlayStation PSSR correctly, and all the PlayStation Studio games have, like Ratchet and Clanks or Spider-Man's. They make it look phenomenal. So once again, if you have a PS5 Pro or want to pick up a PS5 Pro for the PlayStation games, they're great. Like, they're literally probably working in like with the developers and the PSSR studios to make everything look beautiful, to make everything look proper and like, you know, nice as we go and see it. But obviously, these third-party game studios like say EA, Ubisoft, Bloober Team, as we're showing up right now, or a little bit even on Square Enix, they can fix this. Like, this is fixable. this is changeable. Like you could probably change the dynamic like AI. I'm sure there's like ways to do it if you guys are coders, game developers. Sometimes you set like certain parameters where it's like you don't go, I don't know, maybe you would have like individualized boxes, like the AI is only for like this square, so it's not picking up colors from like this wall or weird lighting effects or from the door or whatever it might be. Like just imagine how things are copy pasting. So instead of it being like the entire room, which we're seeing like this weird blotch of colors like on the bed, etc., which might be coming from like walls, lighting, like this random light reflection. And it basically just like saying like it's trying to pick up everything. So instead of it only getting this square right here and this all brown, it's instead picking up a little bit of this white or a little bit of this or a little bit of this or a little bit of the light reflection or utilizing ray tracing and then kind of putting it all together. And that's why we're seeing these weird splotchy areas. And I think always the best example I keep on trying to show is the idea over here from the video we showed you guys before, where this right here, it's basically picking up, like you see how there's like colors right here on the body, this like little light reflection over here. So the AI is assuming throughout the entire body's model that there should be this incorporated into it. So as you can see, like this is the light from this, which looks good by itself, little baby bits of like light. But as we have AI, the AI is like, oh, where should we put the light? Like, should the light be on the foot? Should it be on the back? Should it be over here? And that's why it just does it a bunch, because the AI doesn't necessarily understand where it should go. Or another good example is you have like a little bit of white somewhere on this, and then I have a chance to make it sparkle. Or the same thing over here where there's maybe a few different colors due to the fact that they're different shading and lights. Like a good example is like, look at this wall, like right below, like right above me. Like you have this dark layer right here and you have this white layer. So the AI sometimes doesn't know if it's meant to be more of this white or it's meant to be more of this dark or more of this like black right here. So it kind of almost like have this white pop up over here in little dots. And that's kind of what happens, say, for this stuff. Like you see how there's this dark layer right here, and then it doesn't know if it should integrate that dark layer in this one, so it's kind of almost like an overflowing scene. So anyway, with all these issues, it apparently still hasn't gotten worked out well, which if you guys even look through some of the comments, people are saying like, yeah, we should just have a toggle so we can quite literally just turn this off as well. Like people are basically saying, what's the point? On top of this, dude, they're saying like the Pro is broken, had major issues. I'm upset. In the performance mode, yes, I'm just going to wait for the PlayStation 6. I didn't think I can unless they made the option to use this as the base console. That said and said, there's no reason to have a Pro. Just wait for the PS6 version. And like, this is why people are saying like, this is why they avoid things like AI, like the DLSS at all costs in some games. Certainly ones with even things like fog effects, which this game has, or the weird shadow effects, lighting effects, everything else too with it, which is all around crazy to go and see. And once again, we even saw Digital Foundry going and saying that they even replaced this PSSR with this TSR. So basically trying to go and somehow like copy, paste, and throw in other various things to even try to fix this, which once again makes it even crazier. Now, it still is an improvement, and I still think the PS5 Pro is nice, and I'm not a hater on it, obviously. But like, people are like, hey, like, what is going on? Like, is there going to be better patches? Are they going to fix it more? Even though the Silent Hills claimed that they have fixed this, they have claimed it. But once again, we're seeing people's out here too, basically saying like they're like, hey, it's just not working. Like, this is all brand new stuff. And there's also many other occurrences out there for people saying it's not working. And this is kind of what sucks, because although it does have the better improvement, because obviously it has a better GPU, CPU, and all that, it does technically have an improvement. And once again, the PSSR is still nice, and utilizing different types of AI potentially to kind of like make sure it works a little bit better. It's still good at the end of the day, and they have said that some of these graphical glitches have now been fixed, but it doesn't seem like it's a 100% fix at the end of the day. And I think that's where things get a little bit sad, because I think all of us are trying to go and get this really nice improvement. And even going through all these two as well, they're saying like it still is nice, like an improvement, like in performance mode, it still looks way better. But they were saying the quality mode that was very, very destroyed. So I mean, you can still play the game, buy the game. It's still an improvement nonetheless. But people are even saying they should just even add different modes. Basically, once again, removing things like PSSR or the AI integrations. Being like, hey man, there should be even another option too as well. And even for other games, which we have been seeing this run into different games. As I mentioned, Square Enix and Final Fantasy had some weird AI integrations. Although once again, I would be preferring these improvements. Like on the PS5 Pro, I like these. I think the game itself runs better, runs nicer. The PSSR as it gets more technology and time and these companies work with it more, or even just using the PlayStation Studios as a good example, I think it's nice. I think it's worth having. I think it's good. I think it's a good improvement for these consoles itself as a whole. But I think one of the bigger issues out here, though, is that you just have to make sure they implement it right. Because if not implemented right, then what's the actual point? And as well, and people are still having issues over here. Spider mannequins have like started falling through the floors. PS5 Pro issues are having stuff. It's just like, I don't know, it's just all over the place. I mean, that's more for the PS5, but like, it's just issues everywhere, you know, it's just all over the place too. And like, people are even saying the kind of what I'm saying, like they're trying to blame PSSR, which it is kind of a PSSR issue, but it's more of a Silent Hill Bloober team out there because they could be making this work out well. And if they don't implement it properly, there is going to be issues. So I don't know. I'm a little bit more ashamed that Silent Hill's having such a big splog on the Pro. Everything else seems to be fine. I want to hear your thoughts and comments down below. Subscribe if you guys are new. Subscribe for the PS5 Pro giveaway, all the affiliate links down below, and the Twitch, all that stuff as well. I appreciate y'all so much for watching. First place.